Good morning, book friends. I'm Allie, and welcome to another weekend reading vlog. So, this weekend, we don't really have any plans. Everybody is home with us this weekend, so it's just going to be a regular around the house kind of time. And I missed out on last weekend's reading vlog because we had like a lot of family stuff going on, and I just didn't really have time to vlog or even really read that much, to be honest with you. Over this last week, I did finish, let's see, These Violent Delights. I read Nevermore the week before that, and I think I finished one other book, but I can't remember right off the top of my head. I have all of the ratings for those on Goodreads, so if you're interested in those books, what I rated them or what I said about them, you can go check that out on Goodreads. This weekend, however, I've got a book from the public library through my Libby app, an audiobook, that I'm needing to finish because I have 3 days left on it, and I again, didn't mean to let it get down to 3 days, but it just kind of happened that way, as it often does. So I've decided that I'm going to pick up The It Girl by Ruth Ware. This is one of my Book of the Month books from, I don't remember what month it was from, recently. I love Ruth Ware. She is one of my favorite mystery writers, and this one I have been really looking forward to. It's supposed to be kind of a take on Dark Academia, I think. It's set in a college campus. I actually have started this. I started it last night. I'm on page 30. And it goes back and forth. You've got the past and you've got the present. It doesn't have chapters. It just has before and after. And you know right from the beginning that her friend dies. The main character's name is Hannah. Her friend dies. And so now I guess it kind of has The Secret History by Donna Tartt vibes. That's what I was getting from it. So we've got immediately right off the bat knowing that she walked in on this scene with her friend being dead. And then you cut to the present, and she is working at a bookstore, and she's pregnant, and we're like slowly putting some pieces together for, like, I guess years have passed and like what happened. And so this is going to be one of those that slowly comes together, and we get, you know, bits and pieces here and there, and I really enjoy a story like that. So I'm looking forward to this. I also love the Dark Academia vibes, and I love a good mystery. So I'm really looking forward to this. This book is like 420 something pages. It's pretty long. So I think I'm setting myself some page goals for each day. That way I can really focus on hitting those goals. I think that might help me to not feel overwhelmed by finishing it this weekend, because sometimes I can just feel kind of overwhelmed whenever I have a book that I'm really wanting to finish, but just like feel rushed, I guess. You know, I'm sure you understand. So I am setting myself page goals, 105-ish pages a day. So today I'm going to try to get, today I had set myself the goal of getting to page 109 because I had already read some. So I'm going to try to get to page 109 today. And like I said, there's no chapters. I think that ends on one that's a before chapter, since there's not like actual chapters. It's a little confusing. So that's my goal for today. I'm already 30 pages into this. I'm really liking the writing. It is classic Ruth Ware. Other than that, I do have a couple other audiobooks from the library, but I have longer on these. It's just a couple that I happen to get. I've got a murder mystery, Shady Hollow by Juno Black. And this book is like just under 300 pages. It's 200 something pages. I'm thinking about picking this one up this weekend. It's another murder mystery. This is actually an adult book. When I first saw this, I thought this was a middle grade. It's not, and I may have already talked about this in another vlog, I'm not really sure, but this is an adult book, and this is following these characters that are animals in this town called, I believe, Shady Hollow, and a curmudgeon old toad gets killed, and the main character, who is a fox, I can't remember her name, but she wants to solve the mystery because she believes that there's like wrongdoing. So this is a viable option for this weekend. And then I have one other audiobook. Again, I have longer on it as well, but it is The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. I know that I butchered that. I don't do Spanish. But I've heard so many people saying that this book is really, really good. I've seen several recently people that I follow who have read it and just raved about it. And I happened to get the audiobook. So I am wanting to read this. I'm not really sure if I'm going to pick up Shady Hollow or The Hacienda. I guess it just kind of depends on which vibe I'm feeling, because I've heard this one is a little spooky, not too bad. And then, of course, this one is more cozy. So we'll just kind of see how I'm feeling. I'm going to knock out my pages in the It Girl first, which I know this book and The Hacienda both look the exact same, and I don't have the covers on them, so that might be a bit confusing, but this is the It Girl. I'm going to knock out my pages in this for today, and then I'm going to pick up one of those. And I guess we'll kind of see what I'm feeling when I get to that point. We might be going to the playground in a little while because it is a gorgeous day outside. So if we do that, I'll bring you guys along, and I guess that's all from me for now. I'll catch you guys later. Also, I forgot to mention, I started Pokemon Sword. I was already playing Pokemon Shield back when it first came out, and I never finished it. So I started Pokemon Sword a few days ago, and I've been playing, I mean, like, I'm right at the beginning. I've been playing this. This right here, you're looking at my weekend. This is what I want to do. I want to hang out, play Pokemon, read books, and also catch up on laundry, because I haven't done that this week. I have definitely slacked on laundry. So this is what we're looking at right here, and I'm ready. Oh, real quick, I just happened to think the other book that I finished this weekend, and I need to rave about it because I need everybody to read it, and that is The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. This was my buddy read with my friend Lindsay, and I loved this book so much. It is so good. I've talked about this before, like a while ago, back when I started it. I never really talked about it again, but it is sci-fi mixed with fantasy. I mean, heavy on the fantasy with sci-fi elements. And it's one of those books that it starts a little slow, but once it takes off, which doesn't take long at all, it just sucks you in. And like 500 and something pages this book was, and it did not feel like it. It felt like shorter than 500 pages, and I have to say that, like, if you like high fantasy and you're a fan of like sci-fi elements, read this book. It is so good. It's so good, in fact, that we finished it and immediately started the second book, which is The Bitter Twins. Yeah, I have it in the other room. But yeah, anyway, I had to throw this in here because I just want people to pick up this book. It's so good. So definitely check that out if you're interested in it. Alright, see you guys later. Hey guys, sorry about the poor lighting. It is 10 o'clock. I thought that I would do another check-in. I am in bed now and everyone is asleep and it's quiet. I had a very hectic afternoon. It seemed like everybody was just in like full swing, high-strung mode. So I got to page 50 in the It Girl, and I am about to sit down now and try to read 50 more pages before I fall asleep, which shouldn't be too difficult. And then I will update you guys probably in the morning because I'm most likely going to fall asleep. If I do happen to read 50 pages and I'm not asleep, I'm probably going to pick up another book, one of the ones I talked about earlier. So I will let you guys know in the morning what I do, and I will talk to you later. Hey guys, happy Saturday. It is getting a little close to lunchtime. We've had kind of a busy morning. I've just been catching up on housework that I avoided for the whole entire week. But last night I did get to page 100 in the It Girl, and so far it's mostly just kind of like set up and getting to know the characters and kind of the back and forth between the now timeline and the past timeline and kind of understanding what happened. And we're starting to kind of piece together some small things. So I'm very curious. Like, I actually have no idea like where this book is going to go. I didn't read the whole synopsis for it, so I don't have any idea like what the actual story is. So I'm just kind of getting the clues bit by bit, and honestly, I'm really liking it. I love the way Ruth Ware writes. It's very slow and intentional, and she has very good character development. And so we're just like spending time with this friend group, these characters who are at this college. We're in the main character's perspective, Hannah, and then we're also at her perspective in the future, and she's, you know, discussing the murder that happened, and it's so intriguing, and I'm very curious about what's going on. Like, where are we going? But I'm really liking it. I'm going to try to get to, I think I had like page 220 something marked, so I'm going to try to get there today, and I would like to start something else. Maybe Shady Hollow, maybe the Hacienda. I'm not sure yet. I know I've already discussed this, but I'm still trying to figure out if I'm more in a haunted mood or cozy mood, and I can't really decide. So anyway, here in a little bit, when Brandon gets home from work, I'm going to go get a coffee, because I like doing that. I could make one here, but I don't know, I need to try a different brand of coffee. The one I have just doesn't taste very like strong. I like the coffee flavor. Even though I make a latte, I still like having that rich coffee flavor in my latte. I don't put a lot of sugar in it. And so the one that I use here is like, it's kind of weak, and I don't particularly enjoy the flavor of it. It's not bad, it's just not great. So I want to try to find a better coffee that I like the flavor more, with like a more robust flavor. I was actually thinking about trying like one of those boxes where you put in the things, you do the quiz and you talk about the things that you like, and then it will like send you a coffee for you to try. I've been thinking about doing one of those, so maybe I could find something different that I really like. But anyway, I digress. I am going to sit and read. We're just kind of chilling, watching cartoons, having a lazy Saturday. As of right now, I've got laundry going, so I'm just in between loads right now. And I'm going to see how many pages I can get read while everything is calm. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it is Monday. I actually didn't do any checking in yesterday. We had a bit of a lazy day where we napped and caught up on some housework and just hung out with the kids. And so I didn't check in, but I am over page 300 of 420 pages, I think. I think I have like right at 100 pages left. Yeah, I'm like almost to 320. I have close to just 100 pages left. I'm going to be wrapping this one up here probably in a little bit, because I've been reading pretty nonstop this morning, because it's very captivating. Honestly, we go back and forth between the past, and we build up from the time that the main character, Hannah, gets to the college, and then she is like going through the routines of the semester and everything that happened. And we see it get played out bit by bit up until the murder happens, and then every past chapter is followed by present chapters of what's going on in today's timeline, whenever she realizes that, oh, something in the past doesn't add up, and she's wanting to figure out what's going on. So we have the two timelines that weave together really well, because you have like, okay, this happened, and then you jump to the present, and she is talking about kind of remembering things, so the timelines like add up, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of like she's remembering and then you're seeing it happen, which is really cool. I love the story structure. It's actually very engaging. I will say there's a bit of a lull, like between the 200 to 300 page mark. You have just kind of, it's not bad by any means, but it is just a little slow, almost like just a little tedious. It's not bad though. Like, I'm enjoying the story and I really like where it's going, and we need these details to piece everything together. It just has that feeling of having a lull. But I don't think that it makes it bad in any way. It's just that moment of it taking a little bit to pick the pace back up. But now we're picking the pace back up, and things are starting to happen, and pieces are starting to fall together, and I am excited to see what direction this is going and to see who the murderer was, because everybody kind of has a reason. And so, like, I don't know, I guess we're gonna find out, but I can't say very much about it. I mean, it is a murder mystery, so I don't want to give anything away, but Ruth Ware's writing is fantastic in this book, as always. I love her writing, and I will check back in whenever I make another dent in this. I think we're about to make some lunch, and I'll catch you guys soon. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. Oops. I should have already had this posted this morning, but I slacked a little bit, and also we had a lot going on yesterday. Ended up being a super busy day up until quite literally bedtime, so I didn't have a chance to really say anything to you guys. But I finished The It Girl. I actually finished this Monday, and I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I think that it did drag just a little in the middle. I know I talked to you guys about that, and I don't think that that made it a bad book whatsoever. I just think, you know, it's a little bit slower, and that's okay. I think that the story is done so well, and I did not expect the ending. Like, I kept thinking to myself that there's no way that that person had any involvement in this situation, and then, like, I was like, okay, well, maybe they did, and I was like, okay, no, they didn't. And I went back and forth so much until the end, and I was like, no freaking way. This is not what I expected. But I really liked it. I really liked it. This was such a good book, and I highly recommend it for anybody who wants a good academic mystery, because a good majority of this actually takes place on a college campus and just like surrounding college, well, life in general. If you're going to read this, make sure to look up trigger warnings. I don't think that there's anything in here that's just really bad, but the main character is pregnant, and there are some things that happen to her, and it wasn't bad to read, but it is kind of like, I don't know, unnerving, I guess you could say. It was just one of those that I was like, oh, like, it bothered me on a deeper level. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't like I couldn't handle it or anything like that. So I don't think that it's something to necessarily be super concerned about, but maybe just like look into it if having any type of like pregnancy trauma is something that could possibly be something that bothers you. Just be sure to look into that. I had a great time reading this book over this weekend. I'm really glad that I read this one, and I'm excited to finish up the last, I think I have 2 or 3 Ruth Ware books left that I haven't read yet. I've read almost all of the books that she's written, and I'm looking forward to finishing those because I just absolutely love the way that she writes mysteries. They're just so good, and the characters are so captivating and so like fleshed out, and you just feel so much with her characters. And it's no different with this book. You just like really get into the world of these characters and like really feel things for them and like feel a connection with them, and at least I do. And I really appreciate that level of character building. So if that sounds like a book that you might be interested in, definitely check it out. It has my recommendation for sure. And I think that I am going to pick up The Kingdom of the Wicked for the rest of this week. To be honest with you guys, I started The Hacienda, and I'm about 50 pages into it right now, and I'm not really liking it. I know a lot of people have been saying how much they love it, but I'm kind of thinking about temporarily DNFing it because it's just not what I thought it was going to be. And so, I don't know. If I read more of this, I will talk to you guys about it on Friday, but I'm afraid that I might be putting that one down. But I might be picking up Kingdom of the Wicked in its place, and if I do, then I'll definitely be talking to you guys about this on Friday. So anyway, until next time, they're being really loud. I'm sorry if that has been an overwhelming sound in the background. I am going to go and put all of this together and get it edited, and it might go up tonight and it might go up tomorrow morning, so I guess we'll see. But I hope that you have had fun hanging out with me, and I will catch you guys in the next vlog.